Hey guys, welcome to the Titanium Vault. I'm your host, RJ Bates. Today I'm sitting down with Armando Olivares. How you doing, man?
I'm doing great, man. Thank you for having me today. Very humble to be here with you.
Absolutely. Well, as you guys could tell by the title, today we're going to be talking about a $105,000 assignment fee and how Armando and his partner got the deal, how they broke it down and negotiated it, and then sold it on the back end. So, Armando, real quick, for people that don't know you, what market are you in?
I'm in the DC market area, DC, Maryland, and Virginia.
Awesome. So, you guys reached out to me and y'all were like, "Hey, man, we crushed it with this deal. Is there any way we can get on the podcast?" And it was funny because I didn't even ask for it, but you guys were gung ho and y'all were like, "Well, I'm gonna send you the HUD right now so you can see it. This is legit. Here you go. HUDs or it didn't count." So. For anybody that wants to know, I have seen the settlement statement on this. This is a legit deal. And even more so, we'll go into this later. I even attempted to get this deal myself. So I'll talk about that towards the end. But let's talk about, all right, what form of marketing did you do to get this deal?
So my company is Homes for Dinero. We're from the DMV area, and our main goal to is always to help people out. But the way we got our only marketing tool right now is we do a lot of cold calling. That's the way we get our deals done. We that this lead came from Bacon. It was from a Bacon owner that's living out of state, and that's how I was able to get this lead. I buy my leads from PropStream, and I skip I got to skip tracing, and I use Mojo as a cold calling company, and that's how we got a lead.
Gotcha. So do y'all actually cold call yourselves, or do you have VAs, or do you have people on your team, or who does the cold calling?
So I have a team. I have a team of 7 people. We are in the US, and I also have one person that is in Peru that kind of like help us out as well. But primarily we have people that calling here in the US and very heavy. We were able to get this through those cold callings.
Gotcha.
And we have a Podio system that where we keep track of our really strong follow-ups. And one of the things that really when I took this deal is that we were able to kind of follow up with the client. We have a very strong follow-up process that we're gonna call until you make sure to tell us, to either stop calling or, hey, I have finally decided to, I want to sell to you.
Absolutely. So, do you know how many times you guys had to follow up with the seller before you actually contracted the deal?
So we been in touch with him for about 5 6 times. I want to say, like, we would call him like once a month, just to check on him. They were he wasn't ready to sell at the time because of personal circumstance. But we
Gotcha.
were always there for me. I was there for him, and he knew that when he was gonna be ready to sell, he was gonna call Homes for Dinero.
Gotcha. So, it's a vacant property. He's out of state. So, this is an out of state absentee vacant property list. And you've contacted him. He wants to sell, but not right now because of some personal things that are going on. And so, these are the types of leads that are pure gold, right? But so many times people lose these because it does take those 5 or 6 follow-up calls, and it almost feels like it's a waste of your time and effort because they keep pushing you off. So when your cold caller finally got them on the phone and he was ready to sell, do they try to contract it, or does it go to an appointment and y'all go see the property? How do you handle that situation when he finally says, "All right, I'm ready to sell"?
So for this situation, when he said he was ready to sell, we right away tried to docu-sign the contract. You don't have anything until the contract's actually signed. And he was like, "Look, I don't feel comfortable doing this, on DocuSign. I want to meet you face to face, and I want to get it done." He was like, I'm coming in town, and I'll be there on Wednesday. And that's how we got it done.
So who named the price first? Because obviously you were able to make a 6-figure assignment fee. So how did the price come about?
So the price comes about, we kind of know what the area is at. So we the house was in a pretty good shape, in a rental terms. Where the ARV in this area is about 325, 350, and the house needed little work. And at the same time, we had a strong buyer that was looking for a rental in the capital area,
Okay.
and her price range was about 250. And we put them together, and she was excited about the property, and we literally closed the deal. After the signature, we closed the deal in about 3 days.
Nice. So did the seller say, "Hey, I want to sell it for, I'm doing the math there, 145." Did the seller say that, or is that just what y'all's original offer was?
So we kind of we kind of got to understand about what he really where his price range was, but he also wanted to kind of get a quick cash deal, and
Mm-hmm.
he knew if he could bring to the market, he could definitely get a lot more. But he was also open to the idea to get something fast, convenient, and then he also wanted to work with us.
Right.
So we kind of told him that we were willing to do the best we can, and based on our conditions and terms, 140 was gonna be the best that I could have done for him.
Nice.
And
It's funny you kind of talked about he wanted to work with you guys. And a couple of weeks ago, I did a podcast where it was called "Rapport is Irrelevant." And some people gave me a hard time because they were like, "No, man, reports how you get the big deals and things like that." What I was trying to say is that the rapport where you talk about their dog, or what'd you have for dinner tonight, or things like that, aren't really relevant to the deal. But it sounds to me, just off of what you've told me, the constant follow up, understanding his situation, being cognizant of that was how you kind of built rapport. Would you agree with that, or how do you think you kind of convinced him that it was best for him to work with you guys?
I think building rapport. I think it had to be a meaningful building rapport. I think I don't ever ask what you have for dinner, or what you
Right.
have for the weekend. I think it gotta be more of a meaningful report on why you will sell the house to my company, and the reason we do that is I think we bring value statement. All my team, we have a very strong value statement that we let them know why we're doing this. And at the same time, by him, getting a deal with us, he's also helping young entrepreneurs here that are trying to do something different for the family, and community. So when it comes down to really building that rapport, I want to make sure he understands that I'm really trying to do the best for him. Not only
Right.
for him, but for my family and the community as well.
So when he said, "Hey, you got to meet me face to face," the price is 140. Was that you that went on that appointment to go meet him face to face? And did you meet him at the
Yeah.
property, or where'd you meet him at?
Well, yeah, that one I was actually, I personally went to. I'm very hands-on in my business right now.
Mm-hmm.
I've been on business for a little bit over a year. I do go to a lot of my appointments personally. I know I seen you that you done 50 stay out of, and I'm
Right.
I'm trying to do a lot of virtual things. But I'm very hands-on person. But I like to do activities that do generate, strong income. But I'm very hands-on when it comes down to like meeting people and things like that. I'll personally be the one that will actually go there and trying to close the business.
So was there anything out of the norm or special about the appointment when you met him, or was it literally he just wanted to verify that you're a real person and you really wanted to buy the property?
I mean, I think we were already agree on the phone. He was like, "Look, it's already done. I
Right.
just I'm just gonna sign it when I meet you." And so when I got to meet him, we got to say hi to each other and this and that, and just pull out the contract. He signed, and that was everything. I told him that we're gonna close on Friday. It was a cash deal, and it went very smooth.
And so you already had your buyer lined up, like you already knew your buyer was ready to rock at the 250.
Pretty much, yeah.
Man, that's crazy because one of it, I was thinking about, all right, what questions do I want to ask here? One of the questions I want to ask you is how do you, if you contract something at 140, how do you make the decision to say, okay, we're going to try to sell this at 250? That's such a big jump. It's such a huge spread. It's like, how did you determine that? But it's because of the relationship that you have with your buyer, right? You knew that buyer was willing to pay the 250.
Correct. We knew the buyer was willing to pay the 250. We also knew that, the based on the ARV of the area, that thing that was a fair price,
Right.
and we were competitive as well.
So after you signed, the assignment contract with your buyer, and well, you said there was like 3 days until closing, right?
Yeah.
How nerve wracking were those 3 days waiting on the closing?
I mean, I'll be honest with you. We were pretty much said and done. It was a cash transaction. My buyer was very strong about her offer. She wired the money on Thursday. So it was, Friday was only the closing day.
I love it. I love it, man. Your 6 figure deal here was a lot more smooth than my first ever 6 figure deal. Mine got a little bit hairy at the end with a hard money lender pulling out right before closing and things
Oh,
along those lines. So I was sweating all the way up until the closing. So I'm glad that you didn't have to go through that heartache there. So outside of this deal, I mean, obviously that's incredible that you guys have, were able to do this $105,000 assignment fee. But how many deals are you doing on the regular? You said you've got a team of about 7 people, and you've been in the business for about a year, so that's incredible. Obviously, quick, rapid, growth and scaling there. But how many deals are y'all doing on average, like a month?
uh, uh, about 12, 15 deals, 15
Nice.
deals a month. This, we're growing very fast. Like this month in January, we think we closed about 15 deals. And my expectation as a business was to close about 10 deals. So we're definitely, and we already closed about 4 deals this month, and have a very strong pipeline right now.
Dude,
And
you guys are killing it.
we're trying to make a difference here in the DMV. We're hitting the market very strong. All my team, we work Monday through Sunday. We do a lot. Our main source of things is doing a lot of cold calls. We cold call a lot of people.
So the funny story about this is you guys send over the settlement statement, right? And you don't black anything out. I mean, I can see everything clear as day. And so I see the property address up at the top, and I saw that it's Capitol Heights, right?
Yeah,
So there's District Heights and then there's Capitol Heights, right? And
correct.
and those two, when I decided in my 50-day challenge to go into Maryland, a couple of people that were watching on a daily basis in Maryland said, "Hey, you should try out District Heights and Capitol Heights." So the first list that I pulled in District Heights and Capitol Heights was out of state absentee vacant property list. And so I pulled it through batch leads and I pulled that list. So when I saw the settlement statement come through, I was just curious. And I went into my batch system and I was like, I'm just going to search for this address and see if this was on my list. And sure enough, this property address that you guys made $105,000 in January of 2021, I sent a text to in August, and he immediately opted out. So the text I sent to him was something along the lines of, "Hey, seller's first name, did you receive my voicemail? If not interested, type in." And he just typed in and opted out of the text message. And the reason why I'm bringing this up is because typically our process is text one, follow up campaign text two, then we cold call, and then if we still haven't gotten an answer from them, then we'll go to the direct mail. Okay, so that's our flow. But because we were doing 50 states, we're not actively trying to get deals in Maryland. So we just kind of, after I did my SMS and I got my deal in Maryland, we just kind of pushed that data off to the side and we'll touch it at some other point in time. And then I'm looking at this and I'm going, oh my goodness, had we just cold called like we normally do, this totally could have been one of our deals. We would have been competing with you on this deal. You know what I'm saying? But because you were so solid on your follow up game and we weren't, that's why you ended up with the deal in comparison to us. And so kudos to you guys for having a great follow up system. It's cliche to say the gold is in the follow up, right? It's another thing to actually live it. And so that's why I wanted to bring you guys on here today and share this story, because it's just that's the point in a case study right there, is showing how important follow-up is. So great job to you guys, and obviously y'all have got a great system going here. Just a little over a year in the business, and you're closing 15 deals a month. That's incredible. What you said, you're wanting to expand virtually. What's your plans there? What markets are you looking to go into moving forward?
I mean, we're already closing deals in Texas. We have closed deals in North Carolina. We have closed deals in Florida. We have closed deals in Atlanta.
Nice.
We're looking to go to Louisiana, Memphis, and I think just focus more on those markets a little more stronger.
Nice. Well, hey man, that's incredible. What you guys have been able to create just in a little over a year. Obviously, you're an up and coming rock star in this industry, and I'm excited that you guys came on the podcast, reached out to me, and I was able to showcase this $105,000 assignment fee for anyone that's listening, and they want to have the similar type of results that you've had within your first year. What kind of advice or tips would you give them to achieve the same kind of results as you guys?
Just be very consistent about highly activities that generate income. I think just be very consistent and focus on just creating different type of activities, and just take it day by day. I think that's all you gotta worry about. Main goal is always to help people out. We're very big on helping people out, and also self-improvement. We're very big on self-improvement. But main goal, this is a sales job, straight up sales job. So if you don't feel comfortable cold calling, if you don't feel comfortable, talking to strangers, then I think you have, you gotta better your skills. There's a lot of YouTube, there's a lot of content online that you can, help you increase your sales skills.
Absolutely. And I will say, just to wrap this up, guys, one thing that Armando said over and over and over again throughout this interview that really stands out to me, because you rarely hear people repeat it. Normally when they repeat things, it means they actually live it. It's actually a part of who they are. It's a part of their culture, is you just want to help people. You're trying to make a difference, right? You're trying to make a difference in your community. You're trying to help sellers in their situations. You listened to what the seller needed, you helped them out, and in return, you had a massive payday. So congratulations to you guys. Guys, this is proof right here that just in a little bit over a year's time, Armando and his team were able to make 6 figures on one deal. And literally, you said it, 5-6 phone calls. That's all it was. 5 or 6 phone calls, and then a meeting, and then having a relationship with a buyer, able to create $105,000 worth of revenue for his company. Congratulations, Armando. Thanks for coming on today. Guys, that's our episode for today. I just wanted to share this quick case study with you. Incredible story. So proud of these guys, and excited to see what they're doing in the future, moving into all these other markets. Again, if you're listening on iTunes, remember, I only accept 5-star reviews. If you don't want to give us a 5-star review, which I have no idea why you wouldn't after today's episode, go give that 3 or 4-star review to somebody else, not me. I only accept 5 stars. And again, if you're watching on YouTube, make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Make sure you give us a thumbs up. We'll see you guys next week. Thanks, Armando.
Thank you, man.